Welcome back to the show, everybody. This is the Upper Tier Podcast. It's a Shankly Sessions coming at you. A little bit of a recap from last night. Liverpool 4, Bayer Leverkusen 0. Xavi Alonso back in town. Nice to see it and all. Legend of the club, all that kind of stuff. And it was nice to hear his comments about how much things have changed around the place and all that kind of stuff. Was pretty cool to hear. Shows that we are developing and moving in the right direction. He was blown away by the new Anfield Road stand and all that kind of stuff, which is really, really cool to hear and all, you know. And obviously there's a little bit of needle there, obviously, because we thought he might be the guy in the summer. Had a fabulous season last season with Leverkusen, and they're having their struggles this season, there's no doubt about it. I think they're 4th or 5th in the Bundesliga at the moment. I think they're 7 points off Bayern Munich or something like that. So they seem to be leaking goals looking at their record at the moment. So they seem to have some defensive frailties there. But they rocked into town last night, Champions League game. And we finished the evening top of the table again. So top of the table in the Premier League, top of the table in the Champions League. Seems like Arne and the boys can't put a foot wrong at the moment. Really, really strong at the minute. Came through 2 Brighton games, faced Leverkusen, which we thought was going to be quite a tough task, and on paper it should have been, but it wasn't. And like the first half, what's your thinking, Reds, on this first half versus this second half? I mean, they're like 2 totally different teams. And how do you feel about how Slot is setting it up and how he's tinkering with it and all that kind of stuff, and how all that is working? He seems to have a hand in it, doesn't he? And he seems that no matter what he tinkers or no matter what he changes, he hits gold, you know, and it works. It was interesting to hear him talk last night, obviously, about Virgil van Dijk and how he was a little bit hesitant to step out into midfield and stuff like that, and now he's doing it on the front foot and all those kind of things and all. So you can see his analysis of the team and how it performs is meticulous in the way he sees things and how he wants his teams to play. I thought second half last night was as good a second half as we've seen this team play in a number of years. I mean, I thought our pressing was second to none. I thought our counter-attacking was lightning. I thought Leverkusen just couldn't deal with the energy. The crowd came up off their feet and everything and all. And when Anfield gets like that, as people know, it's a very special place and it can generate very special results. And 4-0 against Leverkusen is not to be sneered at in any shape, form or fashion, as we would have seen this game as potentially a tough game. First half, I think we were slightly unlucky first half. I know people said we didn't really play that well and stuff like that. I thought some of the passing, even in the first half, I thought was unbelievable. I thought at times we were a little bit unlucky in the way we controlled the ball and gave it away and that kind of thing. But even so, we were still trying to do some really, really good stuff. And some of that crossfield passing, that Van Dijk Salah connection is back. When we're switching the ball from right to left is phenomenal. I think when we go down the wings, something that we've been missing, we have those overlapping options again. There's players making themselves available constantly to receive the ball. Generally speaking, when we're in their half and we're on the attack in dangerous positions, we've options of 2 or 3 players to feed the ball to open them up. And they would have sat in tight last night, especially in that first half if you look at it. You know, they were putting up at times 2 banks of 4, so really difficult to break down. So you're saying that Mo was trying to do just that bit more and stuff like that, and it wasn't coming off from him. Unlucky at times where kind of balls just overshot sometimes. He was receiving them onto the right foot instead of the left foot and all those kind of things. But Slot made a couple of little tweaks and stuff like that. And second half we came out. Curtis Jones, phenomenal. You know, Quiveen had to make a couple of saves towards the end as well. There is no doubt now, and there shouldn't be a doubt in anyone's mind, that Quiveen Kelleher is now the second. He is the best number 2 in the league. There's no doubt about it. He's absolutely phenomenal. The saves last night were so cool, and it was great as well, you know, to keep on hunting down that clean sheet, and the desire to want that clean sheet and all was really good as well. Phenomenal to see how much that means to people as well. Great to see Konate back as well. We did worry about that hand injury and all, but the gaffer confirmed it wasn't as serious as was originally thought when he left the field at the weekend. So good to have him back in there and all, and energised and playing really well. A couple of times in the game, especially I think second half, he got a little bit tight, just a little bit tight sometimes, I think, on the boy Boniface, I think it was, and he turned him a couple of times, and that's something that we've seen from Konate in the past at times. Sometimes now his powers of recovery are phenomenal, but sometimes he can get just a little bit turned, and it's really important that we focus on that, you know. There's an ambulance there going by on the motorway. But yeah, it was all in all, I said second half was just a phenomenal performance, as good as we've seen. The goals, the first goal, what a ball from Curtis Jones, split their defence wide open, and what a finish, what a cool, calm finish by Lucho. You know, last season we would have snatched at that. Brilliant goal. The Gakpo goal for the second one, what a phenomenal header at the back post, and what a ball in from Mo picking up 2 assists on the night as well. Shame he didn't pick up a goal. And then Luis Diaz rounding out with 2 goals as well. Really good, and winning the match ball, basically, for getting the hat-trick. Lucho just looks in absolutely phenomenal form. I suppose the key thing for us going forward now, we've Aston Villa coming up. Again, another tough challenge that we'll have to face. But eventually people are going to have to turn around and give props for what's gone on and what's happening and stuff like that. There is no doubt about it. But it's really good at the moment. It's exciting as well, and I think if we can get the chemistry right, and if Slot can look at it in terms of, you know, getting that sort of second half into that first half, I think we're just going to start blowing teams away. I think it's just going to be very interesting times for opponents and stuff like that and all, because there's so many goals in this team at the moment. We've seen it with Virgil. You know, Konate can pitch in from those corners and set pieces, you know, when needed. You know, then you go back and you look, you can get goals from Curtis, from Mac. You know, Dom probably being the one who probably needs a goal or two to get him going. He's struggling a little bit, really. But that midfield of Curtis, Mac and Gravenberch seems very on it at the moment, you know. So this looks really exciting times for Liverpool at the moment. Top of the league, as we said, top of the Champions League, and so long may it continue. But yeah, I'd love to know, you know, how do we get that kind of that spark from the second half into first halves and stuff like that, you know, because we even seen it at the weekend with Brighton, where you come out and you're a totally different team second half. But hey, we won't complain. We're winning, we're scoring goals, we're top of both leagues that we're in. We're into the Carabao Cup quarter-final, so absolutely nothing to complain about at the moment. It'd be nice to get 1 or 2 players back from injury. Looking forward to seeing what happens when Harvey comes back. Ali will be back after the international break, and hopefully Diogo will be back pretty soon as well. And we'll be back to full strength again with plenty of options. So yeah, onwards and upwards, Reds. Top of the tables, Reds. If you could, folks, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button, drop a like on the video for the top of the table, Reds, and we'll talk to you again real soon. Don't forget, tonight I'll be back, Pro Wrestling Weekly, 8 o'clock live on the channel. Crown Jewel review, Dublin live show review with the boys. The 2 Seans are coming on, and just a general fun show if you're into your pro wrestling. But we'll talk to you again real soon. Cheers, Reds.